Holding.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I haven't streamed in a while. Seems like it's been a hot minute. But it is Saturday, and we're going to be out working the streets today. So I figured I'd bring you along with me. Let's see. It's going to be a good day today. It's going to be hot. It was raining on me just a little bit ago. But it seems like that has passed. What do we got right now? We've got a fire standby, a rescue condition, a fire alarm. I wonder what the fire standby is. I bet they had a big fire last night or overnight. I can almost guarantee you they did.
We'll be leaving to pick up mother at 10:30 hours from the airport. Nathan was originally on the phone and put brother on the phone. Nathan's in the background stating he wants people to take him serious and he's in jeopardy. P. Nathan Royer, white male, 6'1", date of birth 4/19/1996.
We're live everywhere, even over on Rumble. We're live on Rumble this morning as well. X, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble. And I got an update for you about another platform called Odyssey. I don't know if anybody has ever used Odyssey or knows what Odyssey is, but they reached out to me. Yes, they reached out to me. We've been talking. So I got my channel set up yesterday. They reached out to me and said, hey, we'd love to have you over here on Odyssey. And we're going to do some promotion stuff over there. It's going to be awesome. So, main channel is on Odyssey now instead of YouTube. We're gonna pretty much live at Odyssey for the foreseeable future. That's gonna be awesome. It's the first time that, well, we won't get into that. I can't get into that, but I'm still gonna stream everywhere. My videos are still gonna be on X as well, but as far as platforms like Rumble or YouTube or any of those, Odyssey is gonna be my home for the foreseeable future. And I'm excited about that. I think it's gonna be awesome. The team over at Odyssey is they're very cool people. They're very good people. The guy that runs Odyssey has followed me for a while, and they reached out to me early on last week, and we decided to make the move to that platform. I'm getting censored everywhere else. Everywhere else I'm being censored, except for X. X and Odyssey are the only two places I'm not getting censored right now. And you guys see my videos. Like, I don't show people's faces. Very rarely do I show people's faces. So there's not an invasion of privacy. I'm not saying anything in the videos that could be considered, like hate. Or I just don't understand where they're coming from about this whole, Dash is a hateful organization. Showing what's really happening on the street makes you a hateful organization. And that just blows my mind that that's the case. You know, ever since the beginning, I specifically took steps not to show many people in the videos. Sometimes I do, but those people, I have gotten their permission and they're okay with it. That's why everybody always asks, like, where are the people? Like, we see these camps, but we never see people. There's people there. There's people in the camps. Like, 100% there's people in the camps. But I'm specifically shooting videos that I do not put, you know, there's not anybody in the videos themselves. And that's on purpose. I'm not here to shame anybody for being on the street. I'm not here to try to hurt anybody or make anybody feel uncomfortable. Believe me, there's plenty of content to be had without doing any of that. Now, if somebody wants to talk on camera or if they don't mind me putting them on camera, I will definitely do that. But you got to understand, we're going into a homeless camp where technically what these folks are doing is illegal. And, you know, they don't want their faces shown. And I get it. We're heading down to South Austin. We're going to work the south part of town. I've got a ton of water in the back here that we're going to be handing out today as well. So some street outreach, and I'm working for Citizen today. So we're going to be doing some stringing. Going to practice being a stringer. Hey, we got hang on a sec here. Alright, traffic injury 4F. Traffic injury. Priority 2, priority 4F. Fire alarm. Rescue condition out on Loyola. Dashmobile is breaking down. Slowly but surely it's breaking down. I'm gonna have to replace this car soon. The only thing I use this car for is this: streaming, work in the streets. Other than that, this car very rarely moves. Well, I'd say very rarely moves. I mean, I'm pretty much out here 7 days a week at this point. But yeah, it's time to start looking for a new ride. That's loud. It's time to start looking for a new ride. A Dodge up there. I don't know why people drive that way. Cause an accident. You watch and see. Where are we? Okay. So we're gonna work the south side of Austin today. Well, it just depends. I mean, we may come back up north. It just depends on where the calls are happening. But I'm gonna take my chance of heading south right now. Let's see. I'm getting some reports that the live isn't working on. Let's see. Is the live working? Are we live? I have viewers.
509, check the status.
Are we live?
Code 100. Yep.
I mean, everything looks good on my end. Everything looks like it's working on my end. I mean, I don't have hardly any packet loss. Everything appears to be working. Interesting. Alright, well, it looks like it's working anyway. Alright, well, anyway, I've got a new camera set up in here, so if I need to do an inside shot, I can do an inside shot where I can talk to the camera. We're going to see how that works out today. I hope the levels are okay. I kind of did some messing around with the microphone. Should sound all right. All right. So since we do not have radios, I have to really keep an eye on the database to see what's coming in and what's happening around the city. We have a fire alarm on Solaris Street. We have a traffic injury priority 2. It's on 35 northbound. Another fire alarm over on Harry Ransom Trail. Traffic injury, that's another one on 35. Rescue condition over on Loyola, it's rescue, it's not the task force. And then there must have been a pretty big fire overnight. So there's some calls working in the city right now, but nothing that we can get to before it's over. So the water tower camp, the videos that I put out yesterday, had a lot of questions about those. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna bring up some visuals here shortly where I can show you what's what out there. What a bad camp that was, man. That place is nuts, really. It is so massive. That homeless camp is so big that it's going to take us. We did half of it yesterday, and we're going to do another half of it either today or on Monday. It's just too big to cover the whole thing in one visit. So we'll be covering it in 2 visits. It's a violent camp, man. It is a pretty violent place. I was pretty nervous going in there yesterday. I don't usually get too nervous anymore about these places, but that one was a place I was nervous about. Had the butterflies going. But being a bit nervous about those places is a good thing. Kind of keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel. Know what's around you at all times, know who's around you at all times. Never getting yourself kind of backed into a corner where you have no room to, maneuver and operate. You got to know how to get out. Got to know where you're at all times to know how to get to a main roadway if you need to. And most of all, you just gotta stay protected, which is not easy sometimes. There's some camps off in there too. I know there are. We just need to get over there and look at them and see what's there. Rescue Conditional Loyola, Crystal Brook and Johnny Morris. We'll lose connection for a bit going under these bridges, but there's really nothing I can do about it.
I'm clear your code 4, but what's your location?
Battle of the Badges. I think we're live. I don't think there's any issues, but I'm still getting people saying they can't see anything.
1835, 42.
But I think we're live. I'm almost certain we are. Man, I'll tell you what, it is hot out already. It is, gosh, man, it's 96 degrees already, and it is 10:19. That means it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be real hot. got a lot of work to do to the car. I've got a lot of work to do. So I'm trying to determine if I just need to go ahead and do the work and get it done, or find a new vehicle that I can use to do this. Find a new dash mobile. I don't know. I don't know yet. You gotta understand, it puts a lot of miles to do what I do. It puts a lot of miles on your vehicle. There's a shit ton of wear and tear. It's tough on them. Laser tag. Why am I not hearing the radio? Alright, well, the radio's live. Solaris Drive.
123, go ahead. You run a name on the number for me, for Texas. Last name is Beso, is Bo, Victor, Edward, Sam, Edward, Lincoln, Sam. First name Summer, Sam, Union, Mary, Edward, Robert. Date of birth 10/7/79.
Alright.
Georgia. Paul, Tom, Mary, 5507.
Come out and call me back. What? What does that even mean? Oh, I'm sitting here looking at my phone. Sorry.
The unit's burglary vehicle. 3544620 South, Building 10. Caller advised that his firearm was stolen on this vehicle and that there are extra magazines also missing.
Uh-oh. Do not leave your firearms in your vehicle, man.
To check welfare, 4800 block north, SH-130 Service Road, northbound.
You do not leave.
Hispanic male wearing dark shirt and tan shorts who's under the bridge, crawling around on his hands and knees. Appears intox or altered.
You can't leave your firearms in your vehicle unsecured. I wouldn't even leave your firearm in a vehicle in a lockbox. I mean, it's trouble. It is a lot of trouble. They will get stolen.
Digit 10, you can find that to me. Receive.
Can't leave your firearms in your vehicles. And it's trouble waiting to happen. They get stolen, and then you're responsible for that firearm.
121, checking status.
I've got summer vessels coming back negative with an eligible BL that's current. Just for 43, she is showing to have a condition of bond with a stay away order and not authorized to have weapons.
Uh-oh, the encoder's getting overloaded.
The condition for bond is a stay away order and also stating that she's not allowed to have weapons.
I got a feeling I'm going to have trouble this summer keeping this computer cool in here. The encoder gets overloaded pretty pretty quickly when it starts heating up. Man, there's people laid out under those trees. It's so sad to see. Just people laid out everywhere. Good Lord. Thomas Massey, his wife died? What? Did his wife really die? Oh no. Yesterday, my high school sweetheart, the love of my life for 35 years, the loving mother of our 4 children, the smartest, kindest woman I ever knew, my beautiful, wise queen forever, Rhonda, went to heaven. Oh, that is so sad, man. Thomas Massey's wife passed away yesterday. Oh, that's sad.
Omega 9, clear en route to alarm 1831 West 12th Branch.
Thomas Massey, the gentleman from Kentucky.
Fubar, what's up, my man? What are you up to this morning? This fine Saturday morning. Grassfire, Ed Bluestein. Let's see. 6414 Ed Bluestein. 64. 6414 Ed Bluestein. That's out there.
1335.
Trash Fire, 9000 Decker Lane. I think that's up north.
David 9080, 1041 HLC.
Yeah. That's out there as well. Hanging out. Me too. I'm hanging out in the Dashmobile. What's that? No, that was So we were supposed to be out on Wednesday, and she got rerouted to the West Coast by her network. So that's coming. That's coming this in the next couple of weeks. It happens in this business when you get things, when your news happens and you get sent other places. It's one of those things.
You're 42 at 228.
Maybe we'll try to get her on the phone here in a little bit.
Out of Alaska, Lincoln King Edward 769, second one ready.
She's working on a very tight timeline right now. I don't know if you saw all of her coverage from up in Massachusetts, but and she's, I'm not gonna say where, but in this area. We're gonna make it happen though. We've been actually planning this since about December of last year. We've been planning on doing this mini documentary type thing. It's gonna be awesome when we get it filmed. But trying to get everybody in the same place at the same time. My schedule, her schedule, cameramen, it's hard to get everybody in the same place at the same time. Look for a show called Sav Says. SAVSAYS. Sav Says. X, YouTube, all of those.
You're pretty time out with the homeowner. 10-4.
Sav Says.
Homemaker 9, I'm clear on Edward 11's notes. You can send me today.
10-4.
And we didn't know that we weren't gonna. We didn't really know that it wasn't gonna happen until that morning. The day that we had set aside for filming was the day that everything got kind of rerouted and screwed up.
John Robert Victor 5316. Received code 27. Received.
Let's see, where am I at? I need to turn up here. Let's see. I need to turn on to Riverside, I think. Yes, Riverside.
Thank you, 10 return. Make it 10, go ahead.
Lorenz and Lorenz.
Received.
Uh-oh. Come on, boys. Man, my brakes are sounding horrible. I've got to get those fixed today.
Joe, it's on 42 traffic.
Go ahead.
Heavy on Tom William Nora 4015, 18,600 block 1471.
10-4.
Man, SoCo is busy this morning already, and it's hot. But it is busy out here. There's a lot of people out. I guess Saturday morning that does sound about right. Yeah, it is. It is. And it just happened. I didn't even get squealers, man. It just went straight to what it is. And this happened yesterday. It sucks, man. So, I'm going to be live for a little bit longer, then I'm going to go. I'm going to attempt to do this myself. I'm not a mechanic. But I've got YouTube. So if I fall off the face of the planet and y'all don't ever see me again, blame the car. It took me out. I've been having so much trouble with this car this past week. Is it yeah, the videos, it looks somewhat easy. I'm gonna be replacing the brakes. So normally you get squealers, you know, like when your brakes are started, you know, need to be changed. They've got the squealers. I didn't even get a squealer, man. Yesterday this turned into like straight metal on metal, and I mean it happened very quickly. That's what I was messing with last night. I think I put out a message saying that I was having issues, and it's only the metal. The bad sound is in the very back. Yeah, man, I tell you what, I wish you were too. It would be very helpful. But it's all good. We're gonna make it work. It can't be too hard. I watched a couple of videos. I mean, I don't think it's going to be too difficult. But I also broke down this week. I had so this car has 2 heater cores in it, one in the very back and one in the front. And Ford, in their infinite wisdom, decided to use a plastic. So the hoses that come off to go to the heater cores, it comes off of the thermostat housing. In Ford's infinite wisdom, used a plastic piece to connect those hoses together. And yeah, it broke. I mean, it didn't just break. I mean, the damn thing like shattered. And when it did, it shot coolant everywhere. And so I to get it working, because I didn't have the tools that I needed at the point I was on the side of the road. I just, was working with the guy up at Advanced Auto Parts, and he's like, "Look, man, just delete it. Just take the heater core out, plug it." So that's what I did, and it's been working. Need a special tool, compress cal. Yeah, I've got a C clamp. Yeah, you're right. See, Fubar, the C clamp. That's what I got. The guy was telling me at the parts store, like, look, get the C clamp. That way you can compress the little plunger thing back down on the caliper. I'm only gonna do that one side myself, just to get it, because I don't want to tear up my rotor, which I'm gonna buy a new rotor anyway, just because it's already metal on metal. But I don't want to do them all. I've got a company that's going to come out and do it, but they can't come out until next week. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Zero. That from the videos I've watched, and I'm going to watch another video. I can't believe I'm not out there doing it right now while it's cooler. I'm going to wait until this afternoon until it's hot. But what did you think about Joe? Oh, what I think about Joe? Oh man, let me tell you what I thought about Joe. Joe Biden has some massive major issues. That poor man. You know what? And at this point, I kind of feel bad for the guy. Like, he's an old man. I mean, he is obviously not fit to be in office. And it's just sad at this point. Like, I hate what they're doing to the country, but at this point with him, it's just sad. You know what I mean? It's just sad. Like, you see him up there, why he agreed to do that debate. Holy shit. I'll never know why that man decided to do that. It just blows my mind. And I put out a poll on X that got hundreds of responses, and the question I asked was, will they replace Joe Biden? And 80%, 82% of the respondents said that they would. But now the opinions on who they will replace him with are mixed. I just don't, I'm kind of split between will they or will they not. I heard, Gavin Newsom was a big front runner in the poll, but he's white and he's male. He's white and he's male, and I don't think they're gonna. I think that will kill it for him. Sadly, been there, done that. Has a little square cube tool. Yeah, Gavin Newsom. I don't like the man at all, but you know what? He is a really good politician. He can. He can smile and still be a villain. So he is the absolute perfect politician.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I'm going to title it Suspicious Circumstances. Hamilton Pool Road.
Smile and still be a villain.
Meeting with a complainant named William Beard. He's in a silver Toyota Sequoia.
Newscomb.
With a female who just advised she fled from a house that she's been being held at.
Uh-oh.
Her name's going to be Jenna Lynn Hudson. I wasn't able to get a description of what she's wearing.
Let's see, anything happening?
Do we have any history?
She was unable
That must have been a bad wreck up on 35. They've been there for almost an hour. My son, his name is Joe. So when I read your comment at first, I was like, Joe. I love Joe. His name is actually Joseph, but we call him Joe. Joe. Man, those tacos look good over there. Ooh. Oof. Those tacos look good. I'm gonna end this here before too long. I gotta get these brakes fixed. They're sounding horrible. And I do not want to bust something that I can't replace myself. I don't think it's going to be too hard of a job, to be honest. I mean, there's a hex wrench to get them off, and the pads themselves are not too expensive. And I believe I have all the tools to make it all work. And I went by Hobo Freight and got a big C-clamp to use to depress that plunger. I heard if I just do it, so I was listening, if you do it slowly, if you depress the plunger slowly, then there shouldn't be any need to, do anything with the bleeding of the brakes and such. Just take your time. Yeah, man, the breakfast on a buns are delicious. The Bobs. And all I have to do is I'm just doing one side. I'm doing the passenger side rear because that's the one causing all the noise. Next week I have, I think it's called new brakes or something like that. They're coming out on Wednesday to replace all of them, but I can't wait. That back one I can't wait.
Show me out.
Gots to get them done. So we'll be out tonight for a episode of Austin After Dark. We're going to do that this evening. Probably starting around 7 o'clock tonight. Depending on if I can get the car put back together. If I can get the car back together, that is. My bad thing about it is my driveway is sloped, so I gotta do it in the street, which I'm not too excited about. not too excited about having to do it in the street. All right, guys. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna end this now. I'm gonna go ahead and go and take care of these. This noise is bad. It's starting to get really, really bad. So, but I will be back. Like I said, this evening, Austin After Dark starts at 7 o'clock, right around 7 o'clock tonight. And we're gonna go tonight until we can't go anymore. We're just gonna keep going. So I will be back on